Well, for more than a quarter century, Branson has made its holiday lineup of events a treasured tradition. Celebrations run from November 1st through January 7th. So there's no waiting for Thanksgiving to kick off. The holidays are here in Branson, and they're waiting for you. Hi, friends. I'm Byron Tyler as we continue our time with Lisa Rao, who's my co-host. Lisa, we got more good stuff to talk about at Christmas time here in Branson.
I know, my good friend Byron. When you come to town, we're all so excited.
We're excited to be here, and we're also excited to welcome Brandy Clifton, who is at Silver Dollar City, where the city is alive right now with Christmas.
It is alive with Christmas. Good morning, good afternoon, Merry Christmas. 6.5 million lights twinkling out there, so it's pretty magical.
And over, 1.5 million of those lights are at the town square, lighting up that area in this beautiful 8-story Christmas tree.
8-story tree that's like a show in itself, really. It has all of these theatrics around it and 360-degree lights.
It does a video.
Angels.
How does it do video, too?
Yeah, it projects snowflakes and angels and sings to you, and you just sit there and stare at it. I don't care how old you are. When that tree starts singing, you just stand there and just get all ooey-gooey inside.
Ooh.
It's pretty awesome.
Brandy, what is wassail?
So wassail is kind of like apple cider, but then it's kind of like cranberry. It's got a little cranberry kick to it. Wassail is good, wassail is.
Okay.
And when you sit there and sip on some of that and watch the tree, I mean, you're in full-on Christmas spirit.
All the
things.
So tell us about the experience at Christmas time when you come to Silver Dollar City.
There is nothing like Christmas at Silver Dollar City. Literally, like every board of every building is tacked in Christmas lights, and they start that staple gun out at the end of June, early July. So there's 200 folks out there that it takes to turn Pumpkin Festival into Christmas. And from the minute you walk in, I mean, you're just illuminated and you get all of the cozy sweater feel, Broadway style shows, Rudolph's Holly Jolly Christmas Parade. It is full throttle Christmas fun.
For 64 years now, Silver Dollar City has been the place for families to come make memories, to share. And generations after generations have come and do it every year. They keep coming back. Family reunions and time together at Silver Dollar City.
You're right, Byron. You know, I had a pretty big birthday last Friday, and I remember being a kid in Kansas coming to Christmas at Silver Dollar City. And like my core memories as a little kid are holding that cider and watching the parade and riding the sing-along Frisco steam train. You know, everybody's caroling together, and it's kind of like when you're at the city, you just put your differences aside. It's Christmas, it's magical. Let's all get on a train and sing together, right? Yeah. It's just that unified feeling, and it's everywhere in Branson, but especially at Silver Dollar City.
And of course, you guys honor the Ozark craftsmen, and it's beautiful. Now, isn't there a new place at the city where they're building furniture? Am I saying that correctly?
Yes, and so we are going to have new furniture store, handcrafted furniture from beds to side tables. It's right there next to our Fried Fancy, so you can stop by and get a gingerbread funnel cake and check out our new furniture. But we are home of America's craftsmen. Yeah. Like we just came off of the National Harvest Festival, and they are out there. They're building cabins. They're building all kinds of. Talk about a great Christmas gift. Come down to Hazel's Blown Glass. He makes these wonderful little snowmen. They fly off the shelves, and there's just one-of-a-kind gifts that you can't find anywhere else.
And that's what I love about it too, you know, the uniqueness there and just the beauty. I mean, sometimes when you go to theme parks, not to put anybody else down, you know, all the trees are mowed down. It's just like a lot of concrete there. But I mean, you respect the nature and the beauty of the Ozarks. And when you go there, you feel like, you know, you don't even realize you're in a wonderful place of entertainment.
You're absolutely right. And so I'm relatively new with this city, and I've enjoyed the Christmas festival for many years. But this week, I've really got a new perspective. Seeing the folks out there in the cold, they've got their hand warmers, like to every little detail. The way their eye works and their minds are just creative geniuses because they think like a visitor. Okay, if the visitor looks here, I want them to see something magical in Christmas. If they look here, it's just like so much over-the-top thought goes into making that place magical. And when folks walk in, you can feel it.
You can feel it. And of course, all of the rides, does the weather play a part in that?
Yeah, the weather does play a part. Of course, nobody wants to ride the water rides in winter, but on all of our other coasters, as long as the temperature stays above freezing, you can enjoy. And there's nothing scarier and more thrilling than riding one of our roller coasters through the Ozark Mountains in the pitch dark. So, you know, there really is something for everybody. I know that sounds cliche at Silver Dollar City. Whether you don't have to ride the rides, enjoy the crafts, enjoy the shows. I think the 2 Broadway style shows alone are worth it.
Is Dickens still there, right?
Yep, Dickens is still there. We also have a Home for Christmas, and our saloon is celebrating 50 years, and they have Fa follies, that's hard to say, at the saloon, which is just joyful and fun. So we've got lots of folks who just come and get some supper and just see the shows.
You know, seeing Dickens has been like the heartwarmer for me, Lisa, at Christmas time. You know, it just kind of sets the mood and ready to celebrate Christmas.
Dickens has just been an amazing smash hit. So many families who have seen it generation by generation. And, you know, I have to throw this in because I'm nodding the whole time. So feeling so warm about my memories of working with and for and around Silver Dollar City. And those roller coasters in the dark with Christmas lights below, don't miss that. When you go to the top of Outlaw Run and look around, it's incredible. Time traveler. I mean, really and truly. Yeah. And you don't have to ride the rides. You can watch people ride the rides and have just as big a time.
Oh, yeah, but when you're at the top of those coaster hills, you can like get a bird's eye view of just a wide view of the park and really understand how magnificent it really is.
And especially at sunset, when you look at the Ozark Mountains surrounding you, I mean, it is so gorgeous.
It's just a beautiful place.
And when you come, there's so many places you can lodge it in Branson with your family. You know, hotels and condos and cabins and all kinds of places you can stay. But you can also stay at Silver Dollar City. There's some beautiful cabins that are handcrafted there.
Absolutely. And Silver Dollar City Campground through the month of December is running a special. If you stay at the campground, you get $40 off an admission ticket. So that's a wonderful deal for our families. And just find a way. You know, season passes are on sale right now, and I know a lot of folks are thinking, what should I get my kids for Christmas? And you think about the toy they want, and I get that, that's fine. But if I'm wearing my parent logic hat, I want to give my kids the gift of memories, the memories that I remember when I was a kid. So season passes are on sale. You can break them out into 10-month payment plan, which really does make it a bite-sized, affordable chunk for families, and then you get a whole year at the city and to see all of the amazing festivals.
I think that's a great buy too, Brandy, for our Bot Radio Network listeners in the Memphis area, because if you come up here to Branson a couple times a year, I mean, you can save by having those, Lisa, right?
Yeah. You know, and the thing that I also love is we're never too old to learn. We're never too old to spark our curiosity. And whether you're homeschooling kids or you're just on a vacation or you're an older couple just wandering and holding hands, look around you and take it in. The things you can learn, education in an entertaining way. There's no place like Silver Dollar City. And, you know, thank God that the Hershens came here from Chicago and said, you know what, there's no place like these Ozark Mountains.
Yep.
Let's embrace these mountains.
You can also take a ride into the mountains. Is the cave open too?
Oh, absolutely. The cave is open year-round, and it's actually probably going to feel warm in there. It's 62 degrees year-round, but as the weather drops, you might go to the cave to warm up. But yeah, all of Silver Dollar City started as a hole in the ground.
Exactly.
Marvel Cave is how it all started with the Hershen family years ago when they leased the cave and started giving tours. And Silver Dollar City was built just kind of as a way for guests to have something to do while they were waiting for their cave tour. And what that family has turned Silver Dollar City into is it's world class.
It is. You know, and the Hershen family and the team that works around with you guys are so innovative and creative. I was reading something recently about even that the device, I'm not sure what you call it, that takes you down into the cave. Mm-hmm. You know, when the two sisters who ran the cave years ago, they had ladders that they used to take the guests down, and they were in their 70s when they gave that up.
Byron, and you still had to scooch down a huge pile of bat guano on leather-seated britches.
Yeah, down a really rickety ladder. So the Hershen family has been so innovative. And, you know, Jack Hershen, bless his bones, was at the park last week, and he went, Lisa, all the way down in the cave. He just wanted to come and look at it. Yeah. And can you imagine what that is like? 92-year-old Jack Hershen just sitting there, like, this is where we've taken this place.
Well, Jack and Sherry, of course, and then of course Pete and Jody, the two kids, you know, Pete and Jack and their wives. Wonderful folks, and I love to sit down and talk with Jack. You know, and one of the things I've noticed, and this is just like I think tradition and part of the DNA of the staff. I've even seen Brad Thomas. If there's a piece of paper on the ground, I've seen Brad pick it up. I've seen Jack pick it up. You know, and that's just part of who you are.
It's part of the culture.
Yeah.
And we know I've only been with the city 4 months, but when I walk through and meet the citizens, they've been there 30 years, 40 years. Byron, I'm going to be the new girl for a while. But you're absolutely right. Brad, there was a fancy party that was in town, and you were supposed to dress up. And he's like, you know, I want to go, but actually, I just want to be with the Pumpkin Festival the last day. I want to be out with my people. And that's servant leadership that Brad Thomas has. I mean, that's the same that the Hershen family had.
Well, you talk about those who've had long longevity. We just said goodbye to Danny, one of the homestead pickers. Danny has retired.
He has retired. He didn't want to, but his body said it was time, and he'll tell you that. So it was really emotional on one of his final shows. He sings a song in his set called "As the Years Roll By," and it's about an old man just kind of reflecting on his life and his career and regrets he had. And it's just a beautiful song. And so, as a surprise, as Danny was singing that in his set, some of our image characters and our most famous citizens, June Ward from the Candy Factory and Terry Wayne Sanders, they learned that song and surprised it and flooded Danny and sang to him. And it was. Everyone was crying, and Danny had his hanky out, and we were able to record that for him. And there's no more perfect retirement gift than for him to play that back and see the love that city has for him.
Well, when you look at folks who've been there, 30, 40, and even, Lisa, some 50 years, right?
50 years.
Yes. Well, one of Brandy's favorites to write about is June Ward, our candy maker.
56 years, and she's just Miss Sassafras, feisty as ever. And, when you've been with Silver Dollar City 50 years, you get a dogwood tree planted with your name. We're going to have 3 folks this summer who are going to hit that 50-year milestone. And all 3 of them, I'm like, well, how long are y'all going to stay? We're not, why would we leave? You know what I mean? Like, why would we go anywhere? So, it gets in your bones.
Yes.
Silver Dollar City gets in your bones and the fiber of your being, and it's just magic.
Well, that magic, friends, can be yours at Christmas time.
Absolutely.
It's waiting for you here at Silver Dollar City, right, Lisa?
Oh, you know what? Don't miss it, guys. Come to Branson, come to Ozark Mountain Christmas, but one of the starring roles absolutely goes to Silver Dollar City's Old Time Christmas.
Absolutely.
All the information there, again, is at silverdollarcity.com.
silverdollarcity.com. It's also a free download wherever you get your app, Silver Dollar City app. It'll give you a show schedule, ticket information, a map of the city. It even has GPS. If you want to find your way around, it'll walk you around.
And I've requested those email updates from Silver, so I get those all the time, so I can see what's happening, throughout the year.
Yes, but I'm telling you, there's no better gift that you can give your family than making memories, and there's no better place to make them than Silver Dollar City. So we hope to see you out there.